Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently in a bit of a chill phase as we work on coring some of these locations over here, and that is fantastic. Now I'm not in too big of a rush to annex Tumbuka, and we might want to annex Buha fairly soon if we want to expand up into the Great Lakes region, but right now I'm feeling like we should probably grab some tech while we can. Oh, state maintenance reduction, that's nice. Sure, we're going to grab Miltech 5 here. It's only a 10% malice right now, so that's not too bad. We're going to grab that here in just a couple of months, looks like. Wonderful. Now, Diptech and Admin Tech 5, we're going to want to go for sure. What do we want to spend Miltech on outside of technology, though? Because we're a bit ahead in Miltech over our others because we've been using both of these to annex. The question becomes that, and the answer would normally be quantity ideas. I would normally go for that. But realistically, we really need to get some colonists. And we don't have idea groups anyway. So there's that. We do have superior unit types. We're going to go for West African warriors. Absolutely. Actually, let's take a look at these. So in terms of shock pips here, so West African warriors are better than some of these others. They all have the same number of pips, right? They all have 3 attack and, well, not necessarily 3 attack and 3 defense. But they all have, in terms of their pips, I think they all have a total of 6 pips, right? Yes, that is correct. So they all have the same number, and the question is, do we want to use these more offensively or more defensively? The correct answer is offensively. So I think we want South African warriors here for that offensive shock and offensive morale. I'm more often going to be attacking the enemy than letting the enemy attack me, and if the enemy is attacking me, then I should already have sufficient advantage there to deal with it, or we know we're going to lose anyway. One or the other. So we're going to take South African warriors. Excellent. We are full on manpower at this point. Well, not full on manpower. We're full on men in our military. And what do we have as far as force limit? Okay, we can actually expand our combat width a little further. And our current combat width is 22. Okay, that's great right there that we're getting some of this done. Let's go ahead and make this into a state. And of course, that does mean that we're going to have to full core these. That's fine. We are definitely going to want to expand this a little bit. So our current combat width is going to be 16. Once we expand that up, it will be 18 out of the 22 maximum. So that's good. We're not going to increase our cavalry at this time. We'll do that a little bit later on. Although we are doing fine financially, we're going to continue to expand our center rather than our flanking. Although, we can build 3 units here. I think I've changed my mind. We're going to go for the double flanking cavalry. So we're going to need 1 more cavalry unit and then 1 infantry unit. That'll be waiting on manpower, which is fine. How's autonomy doing out in these regions? I mean, we could hop into the autonomy map mode, or we could go into the production interface and look at it here. Ultimately, I think this is reasonable. That's coming down nicely. Okay. We'll just leave that be. We do have these Ajuran separatists that are thinking about popping, and I don't want this. I want this. 2.9 years because of Kismayo, huh? We could just move our army up here right now and garrison them in Kismayo. What is the supply limit there? 37? Oh, that's huge. Okay, no problem there. You can turn around and come on up. Okay. There, something along the lines of that. That will reduce it, but I'm not sure that that will make it go away, necessarily. Yeah, 3.1 years. We want to repay this loan. There we go. Excellent. Now we want another unit of cavalry here. And we can see that their unrest is down to 4.6. That's good. And yeah, there is a rebel uprising that is brewing right now. We can handle it. It's not a big deal. It'll be in about 3.7 years, though, and I think in that time, it's pretty likely that this unrest will go away. We could give them autonomy, but I'm going to hold off on that until we know that it's necessary. These guys interested in being vassals yet? Actually, they're pretty close. We're going to go back to improving relations with them, and that's wonderful. The light cavalry here will be done shortly. There we go. And all we need now is one additional unit of infantry. It's the same combat width improvement. It's just that cavalry are pretty expensive, but having 4 cavalry units on the flanks is quite efficient at this point. So we're pretty okay with that. Sounds good to me. We're collecting a lot from trade, and the Ajuran separatists are now at 90%. I was hoping that they wouldn't tick up to there just yet. We're going to stop drilling and let our troops reinforce, or rather not reinforce, but we're going to let them start regenning morale. Okay, we'll make Mombasa into a state. That does, of course, mean that we need to core these. We'll do so. We're going to hope that these don't pop right now. Okay, we're good. Even if they popped, we now have the morale to handle them. So at this point, we would kind of like to provoke them. I'm glad that they added Provoke Revolt, by the way. Before this was here, I really wished that there was a way to do this. And it being 50% stronger is fine. I don't care. I'm not going to provoke it until we're full here on morale. And we'll see if they pop. %10 chance each month. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to provoke them. I want to try it. 10 regiments. Yeah, get out of here, you jerks. Fantastic. We won, of course, and now we're going to move down to Lamu. Yeah, I really like the provoke. That's really good. Very glad to see that in there. Okay, so these guys will be in about 3.4 years. We'll go ahead and continue drilling. We did take a few losses, of course. That's fine. Lose ducks and admin power for national unrest. Or 5 legitimacy. Our legitimacy is capped. We're going to take the national unrest. That will help us pretty dramatically here in Lamu. Yeah. 14.7 years means that this will never fire. I love it. Okay. That is glorious. Now we should start thinking about potentially doing a little bit of expansion. The major problem with that is that we are low on admin power. And I would really, really like to get ourselves some admin tech here. We should probably consider working on doing some building construction, specifically temples. These aren't particularly amazing, but it's better than just sitting on the money. So we may want to think about that. Now, these Melindian separatists, they're more likely to fire, I think. They're from Malindi proper. They're going to fire in 6.4 years about... I don't think they're actually going to fire. It'll be close. We'll have to think about it. I'm not sure if they'll fire or not. We do have a decision available to switch our primary cult, but that doesn't matter. Improvements in production technology. Now, this is what we like to see. There are reports of farmers and miners being more productive than local officials expect them to be. We should investigate if there is something that the entire nation of Mutapa can benefit from. So, half a point of inflation for 50 admin power or just 10 admin power? We're going to take the half a point of inflation for the 50 admin power. Absolutely. We're reducing our inflation just naturally because of our merchant guilds. Speaking of which, these guys are getting up pretty close to the 50% equilibrium. Merchant guilds could use a little bit more happiness. We may want to give them... This reduces their happiness equilibrium by 5%. I do want to get that in there, but that Crownland is expensive. We may want to just give them free enterprise. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to give them just free enterprise there. Perfect. And as far as the nobles go, they have that monopoly on livestock right now. I think that we might want to... I want to revoke this monopoly. Let's see, that gives them 10% equilibrium. They're at 59. So if we were to revoke this, yeah, that'll reduce their loyalty. But they're good enough. And their equilibrium is 49.3%. So I think we give ourselves strong duchies, 2 diplomatic relations, and minus 10% liberty desire in subjects. No crownland. 5% equilibrium. No monopolies. I like it. Do it. So this last one here, we're going to want that to be primacy of the nobility. Now, that is going to have our equilibrium be just below where we want it to be. Which is slightly problematic. Burundi wants to ally us. That's these guys here. They're threatened, as well they should be. I accept. We're going to royal marry them. And then as soon as we can, we're going to diplo-vassalize them. Perfect. I like it. That is always wonderful to see. So our chill phase here is going to be ending somewhat soon. Oh, we lost opinion there, I think. Let's just go ahead and improve opinion with them. They'll be able to be diplo-vassalized quite soon. So these guys over here, what are they thinking about diplo-vassal? -7. Okay. I don't want to make them a tributary state. I want them to be a full-on vassal. But their opinion of us will come up a fair amount more, so this should be doable. And we should be able to diplo-vassalize both of these, and that will be fantastic. Now, we do need to keep in mind that we go into our subjects here, and we need to keep in mind that their relative strength to all of us is... Ooh, he got a shock pip out of that. Nice. Their relative strength to all of us is going to reduce their... or increase their liberty desire, rather. They're already at 27.9%, and bringing 2 more vassals into this is going to reduce that. So we may want to start annexing Tumbuka. 8 per month. That'll put us negative for about a year in Diplo power. But I'll go ahead and do it. Okay. So they would not currently accept vassalization. We'll need to send them some cash, I think. Let's see here. Economy actions. Send gift. 25 is the cap. I think that this is fine. 22 is probably enough. Still -6. Really? Due to their government rank, our economic base compared to theirs. Huh. Okay. And we need a relation of at least 190. So we need additional opinion here, for sure. Well, we can guarantee them. That'll boost us by 10. That gives us no more reasons. They would become our tributary. Can a tributary be changed into a vassal? I can't remember. I don't remember at all. Let's see. We can give them military access. That will increase opinion. That puts us up to 185. Still at -6 reasons. Yeah, that economic base is going to need some improvement there, for sure. We could also trade favors for trust. We'll do that. Yeah, the trust will boost that up a bit. Okay. I do like this trade favors system. This is neat. This is also new from last time. We're going to do another one. So that gets us 4 reasons away. How many more favors do we have? We have 20 favors. So we can do this a couple more times. Okay. Do it again. How are things going with Nikor? -2. Okay. That's fine. And we will go ahead and do one more trade favors for trust. How many favors are we getting per year with this alliance? Only 1 reason away. So technically 2 reasons away. We are gaining about a favor every 4 months. Fantastic. We do need a little bit more opinion with them, and that's something that we can do. Let's see. Yeah, we can definitely do that. We can also curry favors with them. This is new as well. I like it. Gaining half a favor per month. That's solid. We're going to finish annexing Tumbuka quite soon. There we go. These guys are now ours, and we'll just go ahead and make that a territory. Perfect. And in terms of our land force limit, we need to get rid of 1 of them. Okay. Sadly, we don't get the manpower from that, but it's fine. We'll just march these guys on up over here. In fact, we could sit them in Malindi if we wanted to. Kill 1 separatists are thinking about attacking. This is fine. We don't care. 62.5 years, 7 years, and 3.7 years. We want to repay that loan. We lost our theologian. At this point, we have quite a lot of money coming in, so we can think about getting, like, one of these 2. I think the yearly prestige is more valuable than the stability cost modifier, especially since we're chilling at max stability. Let's do it. Now, he's expensive. There's no doubt about that. But it's worth it for that admin power. Wonderful. Those loans renewed, which isn't great, but it's fine, I guess. We're going to hop into the diplomacy here, and we are going to look to trade favors for trust again. But we're currently gaining about 3/4 of a favor per month, I think. Actually, it's half a favor per month. That currying favors does boost opinion, or is boosting from the opinion? One or the other. Monopoly on textiles. Who has the monopoly on textiles? Oh, the Merchants Guild. Okay. I'm okay with revoking that. They're 48%. They would lose 20. We actually don't want to do that yet. Okay, we'll come back to that. Excellent. So this diplomacy is going to be done fairly soon here. We just need a little bit more here. And what is the current... Oh, they would accept this. We just need to get the opinion up. So we're going to cancel currying favors. Bring that guy back. And then we, I think, need to just send them another gift. Yeah, I don't like this. We could actually do subsidies. So this would be 0.49 per year. We can just toss them, like, all 6 of our gold per month right now. And then we'll cancel that as soon as we have them vassalized. Wonderful. And this will only be like 2 months of doing this. Sounds good. Actually, we're good now. 10 April. Offer vassalization. Boom. They're now our vassal. And we're going to cancel our subsidies just as soon as we can. I would rather lose the prestige than the admin power right now. Later on, that will probably be a different story. But for now, yeah, pass on that. We're going to cancel our subsidies on 11 May. There we go. And we're going to move these guys in up here. Get them drilling. Fantastic. Force limit is now 22. Okay. That is actually our combat width, isn't it? Yes, that is our combat width. Fantastic. So what we want now is we want to get our military tech 7 so that we can get cannons and start building up our backline. That's going to take time, for sure. We can build a marketplace or a temple, and a temple in Quelimane wouldn't actually be a terrible idea right now. We'll go ahead and do that. Merchant loyalty is not something that we want to get rid of right now. We're going to pay for that. That is going to take a loan. I'm actually, rather than taking a loan, I'm going to debase. Okay. And let's hop into our estates here. I want to revoke the monopoly on textiles from the Merchants Guild. There we go. Equilibrium is still over half here. Okay. Sounds good. The nobility needs to be increased, of course, before we can revoke Crownland. But I do want to think about... This is still fine in terms of their equilibrium. Yearly prestige, not too interested in that. Especially with the tax modifier Malice. Maybe just governing cap, but that does cost Crownland, which I would rather not spend right now. This one might be okay. Diplomatic advisor cost, minus 25%. You know what? Let's do it. So that'll bump them up to an equilibrium of 55.2%, and then we'll be able to put in our land of commerce. Beautiful. Yeah. This is solid for right now. Unfortunately, the nobility being reduced by 5% is going to be rough for us. We'll have to figure out how we want to handle that. And the clergy as well, actually. We need to reduce or increase the clergy's equilibrium to get the religious state working, if we want to be able to revoke Crownland. That's the question. And we do want to be able to do that without rebellion. So we'll have to think about that. I mean, we need to revoke a privilege, this estate's loyalty must be higher than their influence. Well, that's unlikely to happen except through an event. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So these guys over here, they should... Rebel Uprising, right. These guys should accept vassalization once we get some opinion with them. We're just going to send them a gift, and that should do the trick. Yes. Fantastic. So we're going to offer them vassalization. 5 January is when we can send that, so that is fine. And send it right about now. Our heir died. Okay, awkward. So these Kill One separatists, they are actually right where we are. Okay. We're going to stop drilling, and I think we're just going to provoke them. 10 regiments isn't scary. We'll give ourselves one more reinforced tick, or one more morale tick, rather. Okay. Get out of here, you jerks. That's what I thought. We'll do a reinforced tick, and we may even pop these guys, since we're right next to them. Yeah, let's head on in. And Mombasa's right here as well. Let's just go ahead and provoke these guys. 11 regiments, not scary. Look at those flanking shock phases. Amazing, is it not? And now for Mombasa, which this one does have 2 territories. We're going to head down into Mombasa. Once the month tick happens, then we will provoke them. Which will be right about now. 12 regiments. Don't care. It's fine. Get out of here. There we go. And now we can just go on back to drilling. Perfect. Get ourselves some more army drill. And how are we doing on our professionalism anyway? That's improving. That is definitely improving. Good. We can also theoretically get rid of this guy, but there's no real point right now. With that, however, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are probably going to consider going back to war. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.